Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my favourite welterweight contender in the world. It is, of course, the main man, Mr. Mykal Fox. Mike, welcome back on the show.
What's up, Joey? Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's my pleasure, like always. So, Mike, we last spoke back in September 2022. It's been a little while. It was just before the Mean Machine fight. Why have you been inactive for so long? That's my first question.
It hasn't been for lack of trying. The biggest thing is just, despite, the losses and everything, I think my name still holds a little bit of weight. So, maybe it's a little bit of an intimidation factor and whatnot. But, like I said, for lack of trying, we tried to take fights at 40. We tried to get fights at 47 and 154 just to get back moving and everything. It didn't come, we couldn't get fights over the finish line. We couldn't get contracts signed until just this past weekend. With thanks to Tony Jeter, promoter from out of Maryland, Jeter Promotions, he was able to get me on the card. I was the co-main event under Emmanuel Alim, and we got to announce our return.
Absolutely. And yeah, like you say, you made your long-awaited ring return over the weekend in Maryland. A shutout on 2 of the 3 scorecards. You lost 1 round on the other card against Donald Ward. Talk me through the fight, Mike, and how did it feel to be back in there finally?
Man, it felt great. It felt great. The whole week of the fight. After I signed the contract, a few weeks before that, and then going into the fight, we getting myself prepared, being at the weigh-in, just it was an energy that I hadn't felt in a long time, and just knowing that, man, we back at it, man. We're about to be back to work. I get on the scale, we weigh in. I came in 146 and a half, so it was just a great feeling the whole time. The tense in the room and everything, in the locker room, how intense it was in the room, and things like that. All things I missed. We go into the fight. I hadn't been just sitting around. I did a couple fights in the Teen Combat League, so it wasn't just 2 years of complete and total inactivity. And, we're going to camps with, guys like Brian Mendoza back in 2023 and Tim Zhu in 2024. I think it all kept me sharp, and it kept me motivated, and it kept me competitive. And, just going into the fight, I wanted to show that, I can still perform at a level I didn't want to look like I missed a beat.
And, you spoke there that you recently signed with Tony Jeter. How did that come about? And it must be good kind of setting that example for you, signing a contract, and within a few weeks you're in the ring already having your first fight.
Yeah. So, it came about, Tony had bumped into my dad at the Golden Gloves tournament, the local tournament, and he just said, I think I can get Mike Fox back moving. So we sat down, we all had a meeting on a phone conference or whatever, and he just said, like, he was basically saying the same thing that I was saying. We get you back active. He's got he tries to throw he does. He throws 3 shows a year, and he would want to have me on all of them. I'm saying, if you can get me moving, you can give me opponents and everything. Nothing that's with a busted record or a lopsided record. No records with more losses than wins. We want winning opponents. We'll sign with you. Nothing else is really coming about. Not for, like I said, not for lack of trying, but Tony was the one that Tony Jeter at Jeter Promotions was the one that made it happen.
And what is the plan moving forward? You've kind of just answered that question really already, saying that you want to get back active, obviously. It's clear that you will fight anyone. I think we've seen that in the past with you. Do you feel like you maybe need one more fight like a Donald Ward before stepping back up with the more dangerous fighters, Mike?
Jeter's next card is in November, and the next fight, I would want it to be, a step up from a Donald Ward. Shout out to Donald Ward. I'm truly grateful for him to, rise to step to the occasion and help me break a 2-year drought. But we want maybe a level higher than Donald Ward. We want to take this fight in November, and then the rest. So the end of the year, we're just shaking. If there's any looming ring rust, we're gonna shake that off, but with a little bit of with a little more a little more competition each time. Like each time I get in the ring, we can slow walk it back into that level. But honestly, at the top of the year, I would love to be fighting. I would love to work on getting ranked and fighting and trying to get in with people who got names. I did an interview. I told her I would Alexis Rocha fought the night before me. He got a good win. I would love to fight him. We go to Golden Boy. I come in the B side. I'm not worried about that. Alexis Rocha is a great fighter, very respectable record, very respectable name. I'd love to mix it up with him.
I really like that fight, actually. I've never thought about that fight before, but I really like that one. Because I was going to ask if there's kind of anyone on your radar right now. But I really like that fight, actually. Obviously, we can't have you inactive again. I know, again, as you say, it's no fault of your own. I'm sure you've tried to make fights happen in this time for sure. So does that mean though that we will next see you out in November? It won't be sooner than November.
No, I don't think it'll be sooner than November. Like I said, we like if something comes up, I'm always down. But I know that, like I said, Tony has November 9th already kind of on the calendar. That's what I'm setting my eye on right now. If something comes up before that, I mean, we'll wait an opportunity, see what it can do for us. I would take it, but right now, November 9th, and that's this is the first time in 2 years I've had multiple dates on the calendar like this. I signed, when I originally signed with Marshall Kaufman back in, what was that, 2015. I remember after my first fight with him, he says, "Wait, can you do February?" I'm like, absolutely. I say, I like the activity. I'm better when I'm active. I can do good things on a short period of time. I've shown that before, but I like having the time to prepare, and I like having something to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. And your brother Alontes Fox, it's been 6 months since he last boxed. He became the first man to take Darius Foljam the distance. That was kind of good, but of course we want him back to actually winning fights. How's he doing, and when will we hear some news on him?
He's doing well. He actually just got back from Texas. So the night I fought, he had just flown in. So he went from the airport straight to my fight. Because he said he was not missing Michael Fox's comeback, but he was down in Texas and Houston. He was helping. He was sparring Dave Morrell, helping him get ready for Hot Rod. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but Hot Rod, light heavyweight fighter. Helping him get ready for that fight. So I was talking to him as he was sparring. He would call up and everything, and just be like, "Man, I'm feeling good." He said, "Man, honestly, I can't wait to get back." And then he said he talked to our advisor, Mike Burrell. He said, "Man, we might can try to get you something at the end, towards the end of the year. Hopefully, fingers crossed." I mean, he's in a good space. I think in his previous fights, he kind of took the fights. He didn't take them lightly, but he went into the fights not even halfway injured, back or hip. Something like that, or his knee, something like that would keep him from actually not even just performing, but it would hinder his preparation, And I had told him after the Foljam fight, I'm like, "Look, man, don't step into nothing crazy right now. Take this time while you got it to let your body heal." We both started taking recovery more seriously, getting into yoga and things like that. I said, "Man, let your body heal and take a proper run at this, because the way you're going about it, we know you're a dog, we know you got heart, but I mean, but let's be smart about this. Let's take a more thought out approach. Let's get your body back in order, because I know you can still perform. Like, honestly, I don't think Darius Fulgham beat Alontae Fox. Alontae Fox beat himself, and Darius Fulgham just picked over his scraps. But credit to Fulgham. He took it. He did what he was supposed to do. Take advantage of a big opportunity. But Alontae Fox is back in better health. He's back he's back training hard. He's able to prepare at the level he needs to, and I'm excited to see what happens, where he can get at the end of the year.
Yeah, me too. And yeah, you're right. He lost that fight to himself, and certainly the Bazinian one that springs to mind. I really think he lost that fight himself rather than losing to Bazinian. It's great to see that he just flew back from sparring with David Morrell, who obviously he boxed under the bright lights. That's cool as well. I do want to get your take on a very exciting fight coming up in the welterweight division, Mike. Virgil Ortiz, Sergei Bohachuk. There's no way it goes the distance, I think.
Yeah. That's a good fight. And that's at super welterweight. That's at 154. But
oh, of course it is. Oh, silly me. I'm forgetting Virgil's moved up. Go on.
Yeah. I think it's been good. I actually spoke to Virgil a few months ago. I just reached out to him, man. I told you, man, I'm glad you're back in good health. I'm glad you decided to go up and weight just for your health. I would rather see you have a long career than have it shortened. Like, not even lose your life in the ring. Just during the preparation. The preparation is oftentimes more grueling. I think Virgil wins it, man. Bohachuk is a great boxer, but I've seen him hurt before by like Brandon Adams. I don't think Brandon Adams is the puncher that Virgil Ortiz is. Virgil Ortiz fights very well behind his high guard, works behind his jab, and I don't think he knows how to throw soft punches. So I have to pick Virgil by stoppage. I'm actually I was gutted when the Tim Tszyu Virgil Ortiz fight fell out, because I just knew that was going to be a show-stealing fight of the year caliber, straight up, pretty much a mirror match in my opinion. Both fight behind the high guard, and they want to come forward. But there's another. But Virgil bounces back with another big opportunity against Sergey Bohachuk. I got him probably by TKO.
Yeah, certainly going to be exciting while it lasts, that's for sure. Do not blink. Just before we let you go, Mike, like I say, it's fantastic having you back on the podcast. It's been way too long. I can't believe we didn't have you on through the whole of 2023, but it's great that you're back on. If you just want to sign out with a little message to the listeners, take it away, my man. The floor is yours.
Man, I just want to say, man, thank you. Thank you to everybody that listens. Shout out to the BoxHard Podcast. We first conversed back in 2018, and a young 22-year-old me was bragging to everybody that I was internationally known because I just knew Joey. You know what I mean? But thank you to all the supporters of the BoxHard Podcast and myself. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Professor Mike with a Y. I'm happy to be back, and I hope to have big news for y'all really soon.
We cannot wait. And I remember that. It was right before the DeMarcus Corley fight.
Yes, sir.
There we go. And if my memory serves me right, we're really going off topic here, but am I right in saying that you went to one of his fights when you were a kid and he threw a pair of socks in the crowd and you caught him or something?
Yes, that is very true. He always made his own outfits and everything, had his own clothing lines and clothing brands. So he was walking out. One of the people with him chucked some socks. They actually landed in a woman's lap. Like she threw her hands up like, ew, socks. Like they were used. They landed in her lap, and then she actually gave them to me, and I fought in them like a couple weeks later, and that was a big deal. I had those socks for a long time as a kid. Obviously, I lost them, but any chance I was fighting in white and red. They were white and red socks. I would try to throw those on.
That's so cool, man. And yeah, I can't believe that my memory actually works there, because usually it doesn't. Okay. Listen, Mike, as always, my friend, it's fantastic having you back on. Like I say, the pleasure's always mine. Congrats on another win on the weekend. Fantastic to see you back in the ring. Thanks for your time. We'll speak again soon, my brother.
Thanks a lot, Joey, man. Always good to hear from you. Always good to hear from you.